How you doing, YouTube? Silver Joker here. Well, I finally got my order in from Scottsdale that I ordered back in March. It took forever to get here, but I finally got that, so I'll show you guys that. I also ordered from Modern Coin Mart, their eBay store. I ordered some bullion from them, so this is roughly about 40 ounces, or exactly 40 ounces added to the stack. And I also want to show you guys visually why I and a lot of other bullion stackers stack silver. So if you're interested in any of that, please stick around. All right, so I did finally get my order from Scottsdale. Ordered back in like the middle of March. I finally got here. I also ordered these coins right here off of Modern Coin Mart's eBay store. They had these on sale. These are the Creatures of the North series. This is the Kraken, the 2020 Kraken. Beautiful coin. They had them on sale. I think I paid $224 for a lot of 5, basically 10 ounces, so about $24.50 an ounce. But I see these coins right here going for like 55, some even more than that on eBay. So I don't know exactly what the premium is, but they were a pretty good deal on them. I do know that I went back to get 5 more because I thought the price was pretty good. And by the time I went back to get 5 more, they were already up to like $235 for a lot of 5. So I said, okay, that's enough of that. So anyway, I did get these beautiful coins. They're going to be added to the stack. So that's 10 ounces there. This is my first time ordering from Scottsdale's Mint. I got a lot of Scottsdale products, but I ordered them on the secondary market or from private sellers. And I like their products a lot, but I just think it just took a little bit too much time for me to get this order, especially when I see some of the other stuff that they had going on. So I won't be ordering from the Mint. Again, I'll continue to order Scottsdale products because I think they make a really good product. But I don't think I'll order from the Mint again. It's just, first impressions to me are everything, and they just didn't make that good of an impression on me. I mean, I understand we had a lot of stuff going on, but still, I think they could have got my order to me a little bit sooner than they did. All right, so there was a webinar on YouTube a few days ago hosted by Mark Yaxley. If you guys don't know him, he is the president of this company called Strategic Wealth Preservation. And I'll leave a link to the webinar so you can go back and check it out, and also check out his company if you like. But anyway, in the webinar, he pointed out why it's such a good idea to have precious metals as kind of a hedge against future inflation, and he put it in such a way that was just so illuminating to me. So I went back after the webinar. I went back and did a little research, and I came across some things that I found very interesting. So I hope you guys do too, and beyond that, I hope it's motivating as well, because it motivated me. So I'm going to show you guys kind of why I think stacking silver, which I've already known, why I think stacking silver for the long haul is really so important. All right, so I'm going to attempt to share with you guys visually why I think silver is such a great place to put your money as kind of a hedge against future inflation, and really a hedge against equity losses. Okay, so this comes from Bullion by Post, and the date here is June 8th, 2020, which is today. And I got this chart going back 20 years. Okay, so 20-year chart, and I'm going to show you guys something interesting. Okay, so if you bought silver 20 years ago, 2000, in the year 2000, let's say Monday, July 24th, 2000, you paid $4.93 basically an ounce for it. And it stayed pretty flat. Okay, so this is 2000, stayed pretty flat till right around, right around 2004. So 4 years basically it stayed flat. It went up and down, stayed flat, and it doubled. It took 4 years for it to double, from $4 to $8 basically an ounce. All right, so if you invested in silver here, you made a little bit on your investment. If you stayed in it for 4 years, you doubled your investment. All right, so, but look at this. Okay, so silver just started to climb here, and it really never looked back. And there's peaks and valleys in it, of course, because that's with everything, but it never really looked back. It never went back to those $4 days, and still hasn't since I've been stacking, since 20 years ago. Okay, so right here, Okay, we'll say starting about right here, 2007, around the end of 2007, the beginning of 2008, silver was at $14.55. But look what happened. It just took off. So by the middle of 2008, it went from $14, roughly $15 to roughly $20 an ounce. All right, and there's some peaks and valleys here. But then right on the 15th of July, 2008, it went from $19.30 down to, by November, down to $10.26 an ounce. And I know a lot of people during that time or were sounding exactly like they sound today. Silver's a bad investment. There's no way I'm going to get involved in silver. You know, it went from $20 down to $10. I'm out. I'm done. And they sold their silver and they got out. And they started to really look into getting into gold. And I know because I have personal friends that done exactly that when this happened. They said, forget it. I'm done. I don't want anything else to do with silver bullion, and I'm out. And that's what they did. They sold their silver, and then they missed this right here, because from here, we're looking at 2008 to about 2011, I believe, April 2011, it went from $10.26. Now, it wasn't a dramatic jump. I mean, there was some peaks and valleys in there, but it started to rise then, and it just never stopped rising. It just rose and rose and rose to a all-time high of almost $50 an ounce. But what I want to show you guys, what's interesting to me about this time is what's going on during this time here. Let's say from about November 2007 to right at about here, right at about the end of 2013, maybe the beginning of 2014. What's going on during this time? Well, if you check your history, you know this is when the housing bubble burst. This when the economics of the United States took a dump, took a tumble. A lot of people lost a lot of money during the housing bubble burst. A lot of people. And it wasn't that long ago, so I know many of you guys that are watching this video remember that. I mean, people lost a lot of money. A lot of equity was lost during this time. But look at what silver did. When people realized what was going on, when they looked around and took an honest assessment of what was going on in the markets and the economy, they started to buy like crazy. And look what happened to silver. Now, during this time, all this time here, we're still struggling economically in this country. We're still struggling with trying to adjust to this housing bubble burst. But look at precious metals, namely here, silver. So if you bought silver here, when it was $4 and basically 93 cents an ounce, look at what happened to you. You had a beautiful, very visual demonstration here of how silver was a hedge against those equity losses. Everybody's losing money here, but if you had a stack of silver like many of us do, you got a hedge against all those losses. Right here, look at that. Look at that. I mean, it can't be any more... there can't be a better visual example than, I believe, than seeing this right here. Housing bubble burst, everybody's losing money. Precious metals, not losing money, gaining money. Gaining money. Still gaining money. Now, it kind of adjusted, had an adjustment, right? It adjusted, but it never went back to these right here. And I would say, you know, being optimistic, that I don't think we'll see these days again, but I better knock on wood when I say that. But this is perfect. This is exactly why you invest in silver. Right here is exactly why, from this date to this date over here, is exactly why you invest in silver. This is exactly why you stack silver. It's exactly why I stack silver. It's exactly why Silver 5150 stacks silver. It's exactly why Silver Britches stacks silver. It's exactly why Silverback Stacker stacks silver, and so many other YouTube stackers out there are sharing this information with you. This is exactly why we do it, because we know that silver is a perfect hedge against equity loss. It's a hedge against future inflation, and these equity losses are going to continue, and so are these gains here. So is this hedge if you continue to invest in silver. Now let me show you something that's even that should just bring this home a little more to you visually. Let's go back 3 months and look what happens. Same thing. Does this look familiar to you? Does this look familiar? Look here. Does that look familiar to you? From here, right here, about $17.08 down to $11.77. Looks very familiar to me. So I'm thinking if the trends stay pretty much fluid, if the trends stay, if the past is any indication of what we can expect in the future, then I would say silver's getting ready for a huge bump. Silver's getting ready to go do that same thing again, where it went from $10 up to almost $50. I think we're looking at something like that real soon, because I think soon as the dust clears, soon as people start to realize where we really are, not listen to all this inflated information that we're getting about, jobs and all this kind of stuff, I think somebody's trying to make things look a little bit better than what they are. Now, I could be absolutely wrong, but I'm going to err on the side of caution and say that we probably got, I don't think it's as rosy as what they want us to believe. So I believe we're in for a major bump as soon as people realize that they need to be invested in precious metals, something other than those fiat dollars. As soon as people realize that they need to have something tangible, something with intrinsic value, as soon as they realize that, I believe you'll see silver and other precious metals, of course, but definitely silver is going to take a major rise. It's going to go up pretty dramatic, I believe. And so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. You have your own opinion about that. You want to share it in the comments, please do so. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, so I am no expert in this at all. If you are an expert, you're going to see that very clearly. But I have tried to educate myself a little bit because I buy so much silver. I did try to educate myself and try to understand a little bit how these things work. So this is strictly my personal opinion based on some of the things that I've learned stacking silver, and I could be completely wrong. But as far as personally, it works for me. What I learn and what I study motivates me, kind of gives me a general knowledge, general information on what I'm doing, and why I continue to do what I do. So anyway, I appreciate you guys, giving me the time that you have. If you got any comments about anything I said, please leave them in the comments, and I will read them and respond. And let's just keep this silver train rolling. I mean, whatever you use to motivate yourself, do it. We have to stay motivated because it is that important. Okay, so if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe, and you'll be notified as soon as I put out another video. Keep stacking. Peace.